जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण हरे हरे राम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा कुंज विहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ यशोदनंदन व्रज जन रंजन यमुना तीरावनचारी यशोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवति उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिके। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकीनन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, second chapter, text 23. Sattvam rajastamahiti prakritergunaste yuktah parah purusha eka ihasya dhatte sityadaye hari virincha hareti sangyah श्रेयांसि तत्र खलु सत्त्वा तनोर्नृणां स्युः सत्त्वं रजस्तमहिते प्रकृतेर्गुणास्ते युक्तः परः पुरुष एक इहास्य धत्ते स्थित्यादये हरिविरिञ्च हरेति संज्ञाः श्रेयांसि तत्र खलु सत्त्वतनो नृणां स्युः सत्त्वं रजस्तमयति प्रकृतेर्गुणास्ते युक्तः परः पुरुष एक इहास्य धत्ते स्थित्यादये हरिविरिञ्च हरेति संज्ञाः श्रेयांसि तत्र खलु सत्त्वतनो नृणां स्युः
सत्त्वं रजस्तम इति प्रकृतेर्गुणास्ते युक्तः परः पुरुष एक इहास्य धत्ते स्थित्याद्य हरिविरिञ्च हरेति समन्त्या श्रेयांसि तत्र खलौ सत्त्वतनो नृणां स्युः
सत्त्वतनो नृणां स्युः
सत्यं रजस्तम इति प्रकृतेर्गुणास्ते
Translation, word meaning, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki Sattvam, goodness, Rajaha, passion, Tamaha, the darkness of ignorance, Iti, thus, Prakrite, the material nature. Guna, qualities. Tay, by them. Yukta, associated with. Paraha, transcendental. Purushaha, the personality. Ekaha, one. Iha asya, of this material world. Dhate, accepts. Sthiti adaye, for the matter of creation, maintenance and destruction, etc. Hari, Vishnu, the personality of Godhead. Virinchi, Brahma. Hara, Lord Shiva. Iti, thus. Sangyaha, different features. Sangya. Shyamsi, ultimate benefit. Tatra, therein. Khalu, of course. Sattva, goodness. Tano, form. Nrinam, of the human being. Shiv, derived. The transcendental personality of Godhead is indirectly associated with the three modes of material nature, namely passion, goodness, and ignorance. And just for the material world's creation, maintenance, and destruction, he accepts the three qualitative forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Of these three, all human beings can derive ultimate benefit from Vishnu, the form of quality of goodness. Purport that Lord Sri Krishna, by his plenary parts, should be rendered devotional service, as explained above, is confirmed by this statement. The Lord Sri Krishna and all his plenary parts are Vishnu Tattvas, or the Lordship of Godhead. From Sri Krishna, the next manifestation is Baladev, and from Baladev is Sankarshan. From Sankarshan is Narayan. From Narayan, there is the second Sankarshan, and from this Sankarshan, the Vishnu Purusha avatars. The Vishnu, or the deity of the quality of goodness in the material world, is the Purusha avatar, known as Shirodakshay Vishnu or Paramatma. Brahma is the deity of Rajas, passion, and Shiva of ignorance. They are the three departmental heads of the three qualities of this material world. Creation is made possible by Brahma's quality of passion and his endeavor. It is maintained by goodness of Vishnu, and when it requires to be destroyed, Lord Shiva does it by Tandav Nritya. The materialists and the foolish human beings worship Brahma and Shiva respectively, but the pure transcendentalists worship the form of goodness, Vishnu, in his various forms. Vishnu is manifested by his millions and billions of integrated forms and separated forms. The integrated forms are called Godhead, and the separated forms are called the living entities or the Jivas. Both the Jivas and Godhead have their original spiritual forms. Jivas are sometimes subjected to the control of material energy, but the Vishnu forms are always controllers of this energy. When Vishnu, the personality of Godhead, appears in the material world, he comes to deliver the conditioned living beings who are under the material energy. Such living beings appear in the material world with intentions of being lords, and thus they become entrapped by the three modes of nature. As the living entities have to change their material coverings for undergoing different terms of as such, the living entities have to change their material coverings for undergoing different terms of imprisonment. The prison house of the material world is created by Brahma under instruction of personality of Godhead, and at the conclusion of a kalpa, the whole thing is destroyed by Shiva. But as far as maintenance of the prison house is concerned, it is done by Vishnu. As much as the state prison house is maintained by the state, anyone, therefore, who wishes to get out of this prison house of the material existence, which is full of miseries like repetition of birth, death, disease, and old age, must please Lord Vishnu for such liberation. Lord Vishnu is worshipped by devotional service only, and if anyone has to continue prison life in the material world, he may ask for relative facilities for temporary relief from the different demigods like Shiva, Brahma, Indra, and Varuna. No demigod, however, can release the imprisoned living being from the conditioned life of material existence. This can be done only by Vishnu. Therefore, the ultimate benefit may be derived from Vishnu, the personality of Godhead. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमः। ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्याय नाम्ने गौरतुषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नीलाचल निवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्रा सुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So request all the devotees to pray for me so that I can deliver the service, although not qualified. Hare Krishna. So this is a wonderful verse. It says about the Gunavataras of Lord. The transcendental personality of Godhead is indirectly associated with the three modes of material nature: passion, goodness, and ignorance. And just for the material world's creation, maintenance, and destruction, he accepts the three qualitative forms of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. Of these three, all human beings can derive ultimate benefit from Vishnu, the form of quality of goodness. So, Lord has different types of incarnations, and they have been classified. I think some Goswami has done this, the classification: Guna Avtaras, Purusha Avtaras, Shaktaves Avtaras, Lila Avtaras, Yuga Avtaras. Just like uh, we hear about. Before coming to Krishna consciousness, we were only limited to the understanding that Vishnu is the main person from whom the other 10 avatars emanate. But things are much more deep, and there are many things to know. I was shocked to find there are unlimited types of forms of Lord when I read Srimad Bhagavatam. And when I read Chaitanya Charitamrita, I found there are 24 types of Vishnu based on the location of the Shankha Chakra Gada Padma. Hmm. And even and I could relate it with the names of the 24 Achmans that we do during before deity worship. These are the names of these Vishnus. If someone has lotus in left top and Gada in the down, and the other two things, and if there is any change in them, the name changes. So like that, the 400 Vishnu is also, we cannot not just name with this is Vishnu, all as one Vishnu. Everybody is very specific. So this is Krishna consciousness. Uh, there is so much details of the person that personal aspect of God is all pervading in the literatures, and by mercy of the disciples of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, this has been extracted from the Sanatana Dharma literatures, the Vedas. Otherwise, there is so many descriptions which are filled with impersonal hints, indications. But our leaders, our acharyas, our Guru Parampara, they have mercifully revealed the personal aspects and in so much detail. It is mind blowing when we read those descriptions. Sudev Goswami, when he says about, I read in one of the avatars, Lord has hand of one animal, legs of one animal, tail of another animal, head of another animal, and the stomach is of another. I forgot. I think that image is inside the Puri temple. It is drawn there. Special avatars. So this is amazing. Then Viswakshen, that is another avatar of Lord. I came to know that Viswakshan actually is the personality. Uh, I should say Ganesha has his form similar to Vishwakshan. That is having a head like elephant and body like human, like that. So God created humans in His own image. We do not create God in our image. So when Krishna therefore comes and does pastimes, so he is revealing pure pastimes, pastimes of Vatsalya Rasa, the child reciprocating with the parents. So in the material world, that is the perverted reflection. Krishna has eternal relationship with Vatsalya, with the Vatsalya devotees. But in this world, when the soul comes and accepts body, in one life he may be the father, in another life he may be the brother, in another life he may be the son, in some other life may be the biggest enemies. So the material world relationships are just perverted reflection. We can say that relationship in this material world are the relationships like this left door and right door, talking to each other. They have, the body is actually dead, like the doors, the pillars. They do not have any relationship. So it is existing only temporary. Just the Kala Kriya, because of the flow of Samaya, Kala, some people are coming together and so much identification happens. Someone as enemy, someone as friend, someone is wife, children, and Atha Sutap, what is that? Atha Griha Kshetra Sutapta, like that, one after another. First wife, then home, then children, then the land of birth. What is the Gokhara verse? यस्यात्म बुद्धि कुनपे त्रिधातु के स्वधिक कलत्रादिशु भव यदि यतीर्थ बुद्धि सलिने न करहिचित जनेषु अभिज्ञेषु स एव गोखर. If someone identifies with the layers of identification is given in this verse. First, people identify with the body made up of the kapha, vata, pitta, three dhatuke. The kapha, vata, pitta is, there are different descriptions in scriptures to prove that we are not this body. Sometimes they will say the Atma is different from the airs, the different types of airs. The Atma is different from the three elements, Kapha, Vata, Pitta. Atma is different from the five elements and their form, that is the earth, water, fire, air, ether, the five gross elements. In so many ways, Sankhya analyzes the same thing, that how we are not the body. So somehow we get this body, and not somehow, it is mentioned in the purport, because of the desire to lord over the things. We create the artificial existence of this conditioned existence, and that happens by the power of the three modes. So Krishna mercifully comes with us in this world also in various ways. Sometimes he comes as Lila Avtaras and does beautiful pastimes, Yuga Avtaras to establish Yuga Dharma, and Purusha Avtaras. So here one important information was there. Many times I had this doubt: what who is the Vishnu in Guna Avtaras, and is he same as the Shirodaksha Vishnu, who is the one of the Purusha Avtaras? So the Purusha Avtaras are, who are the three Purusha Avtaras? Mahavishnu or Karanadaksha Vishnu, then Garbhodaksha Vishnu and Shirodaksha Vishnu. The universes are coming from the body of Mahavishnu, and then the universe is inactive. It becomes active only when Mahavishnu expands into Garbhodaksha Vishnu. Garbhodaksha. He is the one who gives birth to the first living entity. I had read in third canto many days back. If I am not wrong, it was explained that from the navel of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, the lotus sprouts, and that lotus has thousands of petals, and it has an effulgence like millions of sun. So it is not a normal lotus that we have seen, blue or pink color lotus. It is a very special lotus, and that lotus contains all the souls, all the jivatmas that are going to appear in this particular universe. And in that, the first living entity to appear was is Brahmaji, and then Brahma is given further empowerment and instructions by Lord to further the creation, and through him all the secondary creation happen. And then I read that give further balance to the universe, the Garbhodaksha Vishnu expands again into Shirodaksha Vishnu. And just 2 days back we were reading Krishna book, the very first chapter. It was written, the Shirodaksha Vishnu is omnipresent. He is present in the hearts of all the living entities. He is present in every atoms, and he is present in the space between atoms. So it is not very difficult for God to be omniscient, because he is omnipresent. He is the supreme witness of everything. So the interesting that I found was that Shirodaksha Vishnu, although he is omnipresent, present everywhere, he has a special location within the universe. That means there is Garbhodaksha Vishnu, and there is also a space for Shirodaksha Vishnu. He is also residing, and his place of his abode is known as Svetadvip, and the Sir Shagar where it is present, and that is the place where all the devatas and Brahmaji, when they are disturbed, they basically go and chant the Purusha Sukta prayers. And then Brahmaji will get message transmission, because now no one can directly approach Vishnu. They will sit in the shore and do dhyan and narrate. So that is what we find in throughout the Bhagavatam. Whenever the devatas will approach Lord Vishnu, they will chant his names, either a very complicated way like Purusha Sukta and all, or sometimes just simple. I was preparing something, I was referring to Narsimha Purana. I was uh, astonished. Lord Shiva there goes on behalf of all the demigods, with the demigods, and appeases Shirodaksha Vishnu, and he chants names, 100 names he chants, and those names contain Nrsingadev's names, and he is going to request Narayan that please, you know already what we are going through. All the devas then glorify. The first thing Narayan tells there, and Vishnu says there, is that I am very pleased by the names that you just chanted. If anybody like this chants these 100 names, I will be very pleased with them. Their life will be successful. This will be their last life. So in this way, this chanting of holy names, Hari Sarvatra Giyate, Adi Ante Cha Madhya Cha Hari Sarvatra Giyate. It is a fact. All the Puranas, Vedas, they are filled with names of Lord in direct or indirect way. Indirect way means glorifying the Lord through his qualities. Direct way means directly addressing the Lord by his names. Narsingha, Vamana, uh, Hayagrivas, so many names Krishna has, and directly calling them by those names. And when those names are chanted, Lord is pleased, and that is filled. When we do a proper study, we get confidence on the process, rather more confidence, because our process looks very easy. Our process is based on chanting the holy names, not very elaborate mantra chanting and swasti vachan and this yagyas and so many other things that were the main sadhana in the previous ages, dhyan and elaborate deity worship and yagyas. In Kali Yuga, Hari Kalotad Hari Kirtanad. In Kali Yuga, the main process is chanting of the holy names of Lord Hari. So the three Purusha Avtaras and three Guna Avtaras, therefore we find a common intersection. That is Hiradakshaya Vishnu. He only acts as Purusha Avtara, and he also acts as Guna Avtara. So when we see the Guna Avtaras, we find that Brahma and Lord Shiva, they are associated with the modes of passion and ignorance. Being associated with ignorance, Lord Shiva's main job is to create pralay. So he may not always do pralay by only one way. He has many ways, and Bhagavatam describes that. Sometimes it may happen through the help of other devatas also. Sometimes it may happen through Lord Shiva's direct involvement. Sometimes it can happen through fire, water. We read in Govardhan Leela Pas that Indra sent Samvartaka, which is the cloud responsible for creating pralay. So through such heavy rains also pralay can happen. And these are all agents of Rudra. So creation, maintenance and destruction, these are three uh, omnipresent principles of the material world. Every time there is creation, every moment in everything, these three things are always present. When sabji is being prepared, when we transform, like the potato, we peel the potato, so there is destruction, and along with the destruction, creation is also going to happen, and it will happen. When we cut it, it turns into some other shape, and then we are creating. After destruction, creation starts. That is the cooking of the vegetable, the sabji. And the sabji, when it is cooked, it lies for some time, and then it is maintained, and again it is destroyed when we eat it. But when we eat it again, it creates energy. So in everything, so when waves of ocean, they begin, they stay for some time, they get destroyed. Kirtan, when we start the beat, we have a special, we have few special beats we play. Then the normal beat plays for some time, and when the Mahamantra ends, that is we play Tere Khita Jha, some Tihai we play. That is end of that Mahamantra, and then again another Mahamantra starts. So creation, maintenance, Srishti, Sthiti, Pralay, these are all pervading principles. In our speech, we begin, we speak, and then the speech ends. Uh, uh, the wind is moving, it starts, it stays for sometimes, it stops. So Brahma, Shiva, and Vishnu therefore are all pervading in this way, because the principles of creation, maintenance, and destructions are present in all the aspects of material world, and in that way they are also as godly as Vishnu Tattvas. So in our course of reading Bhagavatam and scriptures, many times therefore we find Brahma is also addressed as Bhagavan, Shiva is addressed as Bhagavan, even Narad Muni, even Vyasdev, Bhagavan, Narada, like that. Prabhupada explains that here when they are being addressed as Bhagavan, it is not because they are the supreme personality of Godhead. It is because they are extremely powerful, and they have been given that power by Bhagavan to carry out very important tasks. So therefore, even these personalities can almost act like Paramatma. Even Narad Muni and even great sages, saintly persons, they can see us in and out. It happens when, for what to talk of people like Narad Muni, Vyasdev, when we see someone even more realized than us standing in front of them, we feel like our heart is being exposed without we trying to do it. So because they have those purity and they have this empowerment by Lord, they can sense our internals. It doesn't take time to read the person, and that is these are special powers, and therefore you will find we will find that in Bhagavatam many times this confusion and debate arises. Why they are called Bhagavan? So they are not Bhagavan because of which they are called Bhagavan. They are addressed as Bhagavan because of special empowerment by Bhagavan. And the three modes of material nature are not going to affect Vishnu Tattvas. Krishna is transcendental to all of them, unlike the living entities. And Prabhupada writes here that living entities can be liberated by these the effects of three modes only when they are taking shelter of Lord Vishnu, because he is only transcendental to the three modes. At the same time, Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna also gives his scope for those who gives their faith to the demigods. Krishna says that I only strengthen their faith on the devatas, and when devatas are giving them many benefits, the benefits may be temporary. Devata themselves are temporary. The demigods are temporary, their benedictions may be temporary, but their ability to give the benedictions, it is coming from me. So, therefore, it may take a long time, but if someone is properly doing demigod worship, if his realizations are not mature, he may be doing demigod worship. So, Krishna doesn't belittle them. Krishna also accepts them within the Vedic fold as one of the beginners of the process of self realization. They may be in the very lower state because they are only asking for material benefits. And Krishna also says that they are worshipping me but in a wrong way, that is avidhi purvakam. So, why Krishna says that? Because they are not directly worshipping Krishna. But those who become devotees, they can see Krishna along with these devatas. I found one passage in one of the book Tattva Sandarbha. I am not reading Tattva Sandarbha. Somewhere I got the passage. It was written that two personalities name, I forgot the name. They were by heart devotees of Sun God, and they were worshipping entire life Sun God, and they worshipped so much so that in next life one of them becomes Satrajit and the other person become Akrura in Dwarka. We find these pastimes. Satrajit in Dwarka also, he was a worshipper of Sun God, and he got this Shamantaka jewel. And Akrur was a pure devotee. We find that in Bhagavatam. So this is also true. When Kunti entered the fire of uh, forest along with Dhritarashtra and Gandhari, they all three of them had left. So it is said that when Kunti was entering, she was not seeing fire. She was seeing fire god, and for Kunti, fire god is not fire god, the demigod fire. For Kunti, fire god is that at that time a manifestation of Krishna, the manifestation of Vishnu. He is seeing the fire element as non-different from Lord. Therefore, happily they are entering. So devotees, I found, I think one devotee was sharing me that all the demigods have a Vishnu, higher Vishnu connection, or you can say that they are a copy of one Vishnu Tattva. Like Krishna is also called Indra. He is the best Indra. I think Surabhi in one of her prayers, she calls you are the original Indra. Indra means the ruler of the devatas, the Devraj. So you are the original Indra. Similarly, all the other devatas, if someone is worshipping the Aswini Kumaras or Dhanvantari is Vishnu incarnation of Lord only, but other devatas, they have a Vishnu counterpart. So devotees, when they are doing yajna, they are not remembering the Jiva Tattva demigods. They are remembering the Vishnu Tattvas whose copy versions are these devatas, and therefore, when a proper candidate for that demigod role is not available, the original Vishnu actually basically manifests to take that role. Sometimes he becomes the Brahma, sometimes he becomes Indra, and they may do the role of demigod, but they are not demigod. They are the supreme personality of Godhead. So in this way, all the Vishnu Tattvas are transcendental always, not sometimes. They are always transcendental to the three modes of material nature. In one of the thoughts, Akrura, when he is going from Mathura to Vrindavan, he is very devotional and he's getting very nice thoughts, and Sukadeva Goswami mercifully has revealed those thoughts. You know, they are Trikaldarshis. How, what devotional sentiments Akrura had, because in Bhagavatam there are 2-3 chapters related to Akrura. Akrura going to Vrindavan, Akrura meeting Krishna Balram and all the Yashoda and Nanda Maharaj, and then return. Akrura returning from Vrindavan and bringing to Mathura Krishna Balram along with him. So when he is returning, he in that Rod in Yamuna, he gets the vision of Anantashesh and Mahavishnu, Arunadakshay Vishnu, and he sees that they are non Krishna and Balram are non-different from that. So there he offers prayers. So that is understandable. He has spoken and we can read it. But what Akrura thought when he was coming from Mathura to Vrindavan, Sukadeva Goswami has mercifully spoken that also. And those thoughts are so devotionally enriching. So one of the prayers was that Lord has Swatejasa Swamaya. He has Swatejasa. He says that Swateja is Lord's internal potency and Swamaya is Lord's external potency. So what Krishna does by his internal potency? By internal potency, Krishna removes the ignorance of separation. What is the ignorance of separation? When we are in this world, we see things separated from God, and that sense of separation makes us develop the desire to enjoy those things, because we think these are not God's thing and I can enjoy them in whatever way we want. And therefore, we try to enjoy things, we try to exploit resources, we try to use people, and forget how everything belongs to God. The Isavasya principle again, that misses out. So this is the result of the ignorance of separation. One sees things in separation from God. And in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna establishes his presence in everything. And that happens, that understanding can come only by the mercy of Krishna's internal potency. But and the external potency, what how it acts? External potency helps in creation. By external potency, Krishna creates all the living entities, and they get their bodies and they engage with their pranaksha dhiya, with their life, with their senses and their intelligence. All the living entities are engaged in this material world by the power of external potency of the Lord. And basically, it means the three modes of material nature. So that verse says, Pranaksha Dhiya Abhiyate, means they are indirectly looking for connection with God using their life, using their senses, and using their intelligence. But because of the power of external potency, they are not directly conscious of Lord, and somehow they're thinking these things in separate with Lord. And although they have got this life, they have got this uh, senses and their intelligence, and they are using it to seek happiness for the life, happiness for the senses, happiness for the intelligence, but somehow their heart is not fulfilled because they are under the grip of Krishna's Maya. So for Krishna, Antaranga Bahiranga is not different, it's his energy. But for ours, the living entities, the energies act differently. Prabhupada used to give the example of electrical energy. Fridge gives cooling sensation and heater, induction oven, it heats. So the electric power is the same. Similarly, for Krishna, energies are all ultimately Lakshmi's Shakti. It is Krishna's potency. But for the living entities, therefore they are called marginal. There is therefore only two options for us. There is no success, failure, happiness, distress. There is actually two things: Krishna or Maya, internal potency or external potency. So when we are under the shelter of internal potency, we connect with Krishna, and we become satisfied. And when we connect with Maya, we feel satisfied, but we experience misery. That satisfaction is very temporary, short-lived, and therefore it is not satisfaction. So jivas prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasya ahankar vimudhatma. So the vimudhatma thinks himself the doer. He sees, because he is thinking not just things are separate from God. He is thinking things are separate from God's prakriti also. He is only the sole doer. He doesn't see prakriti also, gunas effects also, And what to talk of the source of Prakriti and Guna, that is the transcendental Lord. And therefore he himself can consider himself as a doer. And then he messes up his life one after another. And therefore the sign of intelligence is to sort out the real cause of misery. And what are the misery? Birth, age, old age, disease and death. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Dukkha, Doshanu, Darshanam. In 20 items of knowledge in 13th chapter, Krishna speaks that one of the items of knowledge is person's ability to inquire for the real cause of identifying the real miseries in the form of Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi. Nobody wants to become old, nobody wants to get disease, and nobody wants to die. And birth is itself a very painful process. So these are the real miserable experiences. And if someone after getting human form of life is not questioning these things, he is not even aware of the real problems. And when someone tries to solve these real problems, one will become aware the cause of the real problem is misidentification with the wrong identity, that is the body. The Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Siksashtakam is so deep. The very first word is establishing the existence of soul, Cheto. Cheto, Chetana is the symptom of soul. Cheto Darpana Marjanam. And it is compared to mirror. So when we see in the mirror, basically the mirror is showing the reflection, and we are not the reflection. The mirror, we are not the mirror. Mirror has the reflection. We identify with the mirror. So that is mistake. We similarly, uh, consciousness when it is compared with darpan, basically it refers to the point that when consciousness is clean, it can see beyond the perverted display of the mirror. And mirror only shows us a perverted reflection, our body. But the mirror also has the capacity to show us our real self and the source of the super self, Lord, both. Therefore, Chetu Darpana Marjanam, cleaning that mirror is the first responsibility that we have to own. And this is the first decision we have to make. Nobody will clean out the mirror on our behalf. We have to clean this mirror on ourselves. Chetu Darpana is personal responsibility. Process and association can magnify the process and accelerate it, but ownership lies on our hand. We have to own the cleanliness of our consciousness, Cheto Darpana Marjanam, and then the rest of the things will happen gradually. So, all these things basically point to this one point Prabhupada mentions in the purport. The jivas are Lord's marginal potency, and in ignorance they are separated from God. The God, this body, identifying with so many other things. They identify with the body, and if some devatas can give the happiness quickly, they may take shelter of the demigods in the name of being devoted. But Prabhupada writes in the purport that devotional service can only happen for Vishnu, not for others, because then only it becomes s- truly pure. Actually, devotional service is defined properly by Rupa Goswami. What is that? Rishikesha Sevanam Bhaktir Uchyate. When the senses are engaged in serving the master of the senses, then it is bhakti. So bhakti basically means seva. But when people are claiming themselves to be devoted to demigods, so this is a very low state of worship and faith, because there is a lot of selfishness involved. Neither the demigods are much caring about their surrendered devotees, nor the devotees who claim themselves to be devotees of devatas. They bother for the service to the demigods more than their own things. It is therefore mostly artharthi. They only want some benefits to be fulfilled, and that is not bhakti. The very qualification of bhakti is that anukulyena krishnanu sinalam bhaktir uchyate. Jnana karma anavrita. The first word अन्याभिलाषिता शून्यम ज्ञान कर्मादि अनावृतम अनुकूल्येन कृष्णानुशीलनम भक्ति उच्यते. Favorable devotional service free from the mixtures of karma and jnana. So there is no fruitive desire, there is no desire to seek liberation, only pure desire to render service, that is the pure bhakti. And that pure bhakti in the beginning may be affected by moods, but as long as it is directed towards Lord, it will progress. But when it comes to other devatas, there is no progress. There is just business transaction. This is more than bhakti. There is business involved there. So liberation in true sense can only happen when people take shelter of Lord Sri Krishna. That is what the purport Prabhupada mentions here. So Krishna is transcendental, even if he acts in the role of Guna avatar or Purusha avatar, and he may appear to be equally acting like Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh, and therefore there was big debate in the saints. And Bhrigu took the lead that I will sort the matter about who is God, and he went on. He first of all tried to disrespect Brahma. Brahma became angry. He concluded Brahma cannot be supreme because he was affected by the mode of passion and ignorance, and he became angry. He insulted Lord Shiva by speaking harsh words. Shiva was trying to attack him. Mother Parvati stopped Shiva. He understood Shiva is also in the grip of the modes. And then finally he kicked Vishnu. So from neglect to from passive insult to verbal insult to active insult, Vishnu was given the highest insult, but Vishnu, his reaction was something very astonishing. He took the feet of Bhrigu, telling that probably your feet was hurt. Let me massage your feet. And Bhrigu became ashamed of his act, and he realized that Vishnu is most self-controlled, and he must be the supreme. So this is the difference between Prabhupada books and the realizations of the Gyanis. Prabhupada has given us the conclusion: Vishnu is God. Don't have to research, and they are still researching, those who are in the Gyan path. So we should be very, very grateful to our Srila Prabhupada who has given us the conclusive statements of the Acharyas. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की, जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की, निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे।
जय
जगद्गुरु श्री-